Great, they are all on Zoom today, so we'll start with our first hand raised, which is caller Audit LA. Caller Audit LA, you'll have 1 minute for general public comment.
Thank you and good morning. I would like to talk about the planters, the non-ADA planters that are surrounding the compound of Scientology, which I have been coming here since June, asking you to do your job to please get them ADA compliant. We're talking 4, 5, like several, 3, 4 blocks. It's 251 planters, right? And then a whole street of thorny rose bushes. The mayor's office isn't listening. Public Works isn't listening. City Council isn't listening. These are federal laws, okay? ADA laws that are federal. And the entire city is turning a blind eye. I feel like I'm being disrespected as a person in a chair that cannot get in or off a paratransit vehicle and is falling on deaf ears. I would like a report as to what is being done, if anything, behind the scenes, or just tell me, we're just blowing you off. We don't care anymore. Just go away and shut up. Whatever the facts are, like, where are we in this? It's at the point where
Thank you, Speaker.
I shouldn't have to go for another.
All right, our next public comment is caller Mona. Mona, you'll have 1 minute for general public comment.
Thank you, board. It's me again, Mona. I too want to remind you of the planters that are violating city, state, and federal code. And it's been a while, and I think this new board probably hasn't heard the reason why it's so symbolic that the Church of Scientology, the cult of Scientology, is refusing to move those planters, and it's because it's taking away the reason why we are protesting there for our First Amendment rights to begin with. Auditing, ethics handling, and courses are happening which are actually against state code and is child abuse. It is child abuse towards state code. And when they're not removing those planters, it's taking away and it's diverting the attention to that.
Thank you, Speaker.
It's
That's
symbolic.
1 minute. All right, our next general public commenter is Ivon. Ivon, you'll have 1 minute for general public comment.
Thank you. I want to continue the theme, and I'm going to add that a court recently declared the behavior of Scientology as gang-like behavior. You are not doing your jobs in curtailing gang-like behavior by continuing to embolden Scientology's intrusion and obstruction of local laws and federal laws. You enable them. You are continuing to enable them. Do your jobs and get rid of the planters, get rid of the rose bushes. Thank you.
Thank you, Speaker. Our next public commenter is Gigi. Gigi, you'll have 1 minute for general public comment.
Can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, so surprise, surprise. I'm talking about the planters as well. We've been talking about them for several months. I am positive that they've been told by at least one department of the city to remove those planters. They are still there months later, 251 of them, and they are definitely ADA non-compliant. If you don't want to focus on the Scientology part of this, focus on the part where they're ADA non-compliant. Get rid of these planners. It's ridiculous that we have to keep coming here and keep wasting our time, which you guys don't seem to respect. Respect our time so we can get out of these meetings. Do something about the planners. Very simple. You're just bringing bad PR to this Public Works, to the city, to the mayor. Just get rid of them.
Thank
Shouldn't
you,
be this
Speaker.
difficult.
That's time. All right, President Corsan, that's the end of our general public comment today.
Thank you. With that, we'll close general public comment for today's meeting and proceed to multiple agenda item public comment. The board will provide an opportunity for members of the public wishing to speak on more than one agenda item during multiple agenda item comment for up to 1 minute per item for a total of 3 minutes per person. This is the only time to speak on more than one agenda item.
All right, we have one caller, Audit LA. You will have 3 minutes for multiple agenda items, for items 1, 2, and 3.
Good morning. Yes, I want to start with number 2. Um, I made it big. I was very upset with all the changes to how you're doing things with public speaking with all of this for several reasons. Okay, first of all, it's a reduction of our right to redress you guys. It's a reduction on the people. And secondly, I don't like how, because you had, thankfully, Commissioner Mitchell said, well, wouldn't it make more sense for let them to speak after each agenda item, and you agreed, Mr. Corson, and you agreed to do that. But then you switched it, not as a board, as a commission, and said, no, we have to speak now. If you want to speak on multiple items, you have to do it prior to hearing what's being said. And if you want to speak after, you lose 2 minutes. I mean, why would I? I don't want to lose 2 minutes. I get so little time as it is. I have a right to redress. I have a right to discuss all of this. I'm a citizen of this city. I have a right, and I shouldn't have to lose my right. And then, because whatever. And then you did this. I found, because you're doing this now, saying that the mayor approved this just recently, and that means, and to have it sent out to be publicized. So then, why did you actually change the rules prior to the mayor signing off on it? I mean, I guess you're happy that she signed off on it. But what if she didn't sign off on it? Or are you all making, I guess, background deals you knew she was going to? I don't know. But unless she approved it, why would you have changed it until after you've done it properly? Why is the city attorney not advising you better? Why is see? It makes me question. I have no confidence in the city attorney. She allows you to break the Brown Act numerous times. I have 3 cure and corrects put in already. I have 1 more coming. Okay, and because there's no other way to gauge this, to gauge that the city attorney is not advising you. They're supposed to be telling you, no, they should know the Brown Act. I would think that they should know that this should not have changed until after the mayor signed off on it. How has this been going on? Is it because there's no one cares? LA can do whatever they want because there's no consequences. I mean, that may be, but there are consequences. You guys get sued, so much. Like your public works lawsuits are higher than LAPD. That shocked me. Like accumulatively with all your divisions, you guys get sued. It's like no one cares, and you're so worried about money that the city wants to tax us more and find out whatever little fees they can get from us. But you guys won't do what it takes to reduce, the lawsuits liabilities, and eventually,
Thank you, Speaker.
like
That's time. All right, President Corsan, that's the end of our multiple agenda item commentary. Do you have a hand raised on item number 2? Gigi, I believe you wanted to speak on item number 2. If you're here, you'll have 1 minute for item 2.
Okay, so I was there at that podium November 6th when we were discussing the rule change. The Honorable Commissioner Judge Mitchell came to the conclusion after several of us spoke that it would be a good idea for us to hear what the people are talking about before we made our comments. And then you come up with this multiple agenda thing at the beginning, which makes that impossible because you talk way before the person even presents what the item is about. So that nullifies that. And that was November 6th. I think the 8th maybe was canceled and the 11th was Veterans Day. So the 13th of November, you've been doing these rules and they're not even totally approved. I don't know the legality of that, but that just seems wrong on a moral basis
Thank you,
to
Speaker.
put
That's
these
time.
rules in.